Welcome back.
Hello.
How's it going? Good to see you all. Last time you were gallivanting around in Glam. You bothered some mages at their home, mostly about some work stuff on their day off. And then went to their actual workplace and tried to help them and you get your collective heads around what Glam's response to the Gaw problem is. There you found Bob Threadbare, a lovely grizzled wizard dude who decided that after meeting with you, did not need his moth cats any longer, as they quickly got rid of the one problem, but then became another problem. But also to see some of his old co-workers to help lend his voice to the cause. The council is aware of the scope of the issue, but you suspect not the seriousness, since there's nothing that's been addressed yet. You got a little bit of a check-in from Longhall, updating you on his own particular arm of the excursions.
He was also surprised we were still alive, which was a little bit concerning.
He hadn't heard from you in a few weeks. In this particular city, it makes sense. The sending stones go both ways.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
He didn't call, he didn't text. His mother's been worried sick.
just worried out of his gourd. But did give you some directions to go and find Elenwe, one of the members of the council, for fuller details on what's going on. Amrex, your old frenemy, is also in the city and having mysterious conversations in the halls of the governmental buildings. Keeps trying to talk to you, and this time it seems very urgent. So you decide to hear him out, and you all made your way over to the inn, where you sidled into a corner for some privacy. And that is where we pick up in the cozy interior lounge space of the inn. You gather some drinks and know that the events of the evening are mere hours away. Emmerich. I do apologize for the urgency, but I think we're all in danger.
All right, well, spill it.
So like last time that we saw each other, you were heading off with that large fellow, and I needed some work, so I stuck around and gathered a few able bodies, and we made our way around to various jobs, and mostly some of the harder things, taking care of undesirable people. But at one point I was employed by these people of the Gold Spark, and at first, simple work. After a little while, I heard them talking about a group that was up here in Jotunheim, and it matched the description of you, and I thought if my old friend was up there and needed help in some way, that I would make it my business to be of aid. However, once I got up here, I felt that there was something amiss.
So what's amiss?
I only took the job to come up here with you, to see you, because if something untoward were to happen, I wanted to prevent that.
What would happen?
I'm gonna need some more information here. There's a lot of vagueness going on here.
Yes.
Who hired you to come up here?
The Gold Spark.
You're still employed by them.
Technically.
Interesting.
I'll ask him if he knows Born and Paul.
I think I met him in passing, but there's so many.
So you weren't working directly with them?
Without seeing their faces, I wouldn't know. I was sent up here just by myself. I have a contact here in the city. He's up in the records office.
Gotcha. Because they were sent here to stalk us. Remember the guys that died in the... yeah.
The sauna?
The sauna.
The Gold Spark. Now, are they trying to stop this from happening, or are they trying to...
They certainly played a role in opening it up.
Was that them? I wasn't there for that. So
Yeah, that's
okay.
them.
They're involved, yes, heavily involved. And
So what are you doing up here for them? Are you up here to...
I didn't know the details of what they knew about you until I got up here. I knew that you were involved somehow, so I wanted to make my way up here to see.
So at this point, I take out my battle axe and just kind of holding it in my hands. Because... and then I'm going to ask him, is this a normal job for you?
No, I've made questionable decisions before, and well, when I met you and we started working together, I had a bit of a moral compass around. And then after we parted our ways, I continued to take jobs because I needed the money and wasn't really one to ask questions, but
Turned your moral compass around, huh?
uncalibrated it.
Can I use Detect Magic on him to see if he has the same, scribe? I know Born and Paul had, a mark on them or something.
Sure.
Can I see if he has the same thing on him?
Go ahead.
Oh, that was very bad. 10.
As he's going into more details, you reach out and kind of cast a subtle rune to see if you can find anything on him. It's hard to see anything around the ears or neck because of the denseness of the fur and just the
Gotcha.
abundance. He's got this thick mane. But you do notice that he's got some magic enchanted into his armor, as well as an amulet that he wears around his neck.
What does the amulet look like?
It's a green gem that is set in gold vine work, almost like a lattice work cage around the gem.
Where'd you get your necklace?
I've had this for a very long time. Means a lot to me.
Is it something that you attune to?
I suppose that you would call it a tuning. I think of it as a focus, but that's not the important part. The danger is here, in the city, now.
You work for the danger, you realize.
I understand that, but by telling you that the danger is here, I also put myself in danger.
Why? What do you get from that? What do you gain from this?
I get to help. I've hurt for a long time. I want to help.
You've hurt.
So you're trying
others.
I'm call BS.
Sure. Roll insight.
That's I'm also
10.
rolling an insight.
Sure.
Do you have any
12
12 is what I end up with.
19.
you both get the sense that he's being very earnest about all of it. That when I took the job, I came up here. I was put in contact with a giant named Drogthar. He's in the Hall of Affairs. He's the sleeper agent. He's the contact point for the Gold Spark here in the city.
Who's this?
Drogthar.
Is that the clerk that was at the?
Yes.
The clerk that I walked in on. I gotta ask, why should I believe you now after everything? After all the horrible things that you've done, and part of the reason why we parted ways. Why? You got to give me something more than you're trying to, black out the red in your ledger, because there's got to be more to it.
When I was on the island off the coast with the Gold Spark, I overheard them speaking about their plans with the Gaw and all of this. They believe, well, they don't really believe because they know better. They've convinced people to believe that the Gold Spark rests on this island off the coast of Tharbad. But I know that it doesn't. It actually is an island far to the west near my home village. What they do have is a trapped fire elemental that they've been using as a conduit to connect with some being named Bobiltus. And if they free it by increasing the amount of the tear in this Gaw, it is going to rain destruction and devastation across these lands. And that is far worse than anything I have ever done, I believe. When I heard that you were involved and they were trying to stop you in some way, I knew I had to get myself involved and get up here so I could warn you.
What do you suggest we do?
Well, if it's true that you're able to seal this, we need to seal it. If things are in place, if things are already in motion, then let us move with haste.
What do we do first? Seal it? Or do we take care of this fire elemental?
That elemental is chained and protected and bound to a single location far from here. We can deal with that later. That is not the threat. That's merely a thread for communicating.
Has the Gold Spark infiltrated anywhere else up here, or just,
They have agents all across the north.
Do you know?
I'm still hung up that he can talk about any of this. I'm sorry.
Well, he might. He's been in with them for so long that they maybe have more trust in him than they would have with those two randos that died in the sauna. So there's every possibility that I don't know any of this. I'm gonna shut up now.
Do I remember what that mark looked like?
Barrett's not having a brain day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like particularly difficult, and it was kind of a shock of something that's been seared into your memory.
Do stuff.
So do you know who all is here now from the Gold Spark that are like the sleeper agents, if you will?
I only know the one.
The clerk.
It's just he's who I report to, check in with, and that's it. Have agency to hire extra hands, which is who you saw me traveling with. And
Where are they now?
left and either stayed in the city or gone somewhere else.
How do you know
You
they
have your
can't
one
see you right?
contact here. Is there any symbols, any way that the Gold Spark interacts or carries themselves that we should be looking out for?
The core members of the group are not around here. They would be, draped in cloaks, robes.
Sure, but the hidden agents,
But
those much like
the
yourself
hidden
and your
ones, any
handler.
kind of tell. No, most of the ones that are up here, these members are more agents of shadow, so they're trying to stay as hidden as possible, blend in.
Yeah, but even agents of shadow need a way to communicate with one another. Even bees have their dance, thieves have their cant. Markings,
There's
symbols, gestures, anything like that?
Codes that we can use in speaking, but you would still have to have some way of gleaning that information.
A code might
from
be
you.
enough.
So I don't have any information about who they are or how we could suss them out, but if we do come across them, I've been told to use by the light of the west as an indicator.
So we should go kidnap Bobiltus.
What? Isn't that? Do I know? He said Bill built this as the entity beyond the maw, our god that's trying to break through. Do I know? Can I make like a history check or a
No, I'm not Bobiltus. I'm sorry.
I was like,
Drogthar. We should go kidnap
Drogthar.
Drogthar.
Barrick's gonna be taking his drink when you say that and be like, I don't think that would be a good idea.
4 of us, 1 of him.
They already know we're here. What is kidnapping him gonna do?
He can tell us who the other ones are.
Right, but we also
That's the
need
thing. We don't know if it's 4 of us, 1 of him.
Yeah.
It could be, 20 of him.
It could be like the
Yeah, but
entirety
if
of
we,
the Hall of
if we
Records.
sneak in there and put a bag over his head and hide him somewhere and get him to tell us who the other ones are. Are you saying he has a secret way of messaging everyone to come get him?
It's a possibility.
Also, we've been traveling together for a fair bit of time, and I would hope that you would know that I don't sneak. So you would be on your own on that one.
All right, Rin. So the question I have is, if the Gold Spark sent you to take care of us, are they sending anybody else?
Depends how big of a threat that they think we all are, right?
They see
You don't send an army to kill a gnat.
They view you as a thorn in their side. I wasn't sent here to dispatch you in any way, but rather use the fact that I know you to get you out of their sights.
So to them, we are merely the thorn in the lion's paw.
I see what you did there.
So did they send a mouse, or did they send another lion?
Or did they send a rat?
Ever since I've been in the city, I've felt the eyes on me. As far as they know, this is me convincing you to leave. To just abandon whatever quest you're on. I'm here to tell you that I think that whatever the outcome would be of our interaction, they're going to try and kill us. And I don't want to die, and I don't want to see you die. And we have a better chance of surviving if we fight together. I've
So
fought
they
with
were
you
already
before.
onto you. Like if we left town, Would they still be onto you?
I'm sure of it.
Why? What has led you to believe that they're onto you?
Powerful people don't want to pay if they don't have to.
This
What
is a
good is
pay-
gold to someone who's dead?
This is a paying job for you. That's what it is.
So you get paid if we.
I think what he's saying.
I was
Insight. I'm going to roll a nat 20 on insight.
fabulous.
Barrett gets to have a brain moment. I think what he's saying is, regardless of the outcome of whether we leave town or not, they're going to try to kill him.
Right.
Because, as he just said, what good is gold to a man that's dead?
Right.
If these people are that powerful, then what does he stand to lose by meeting with us and trying to talk to us? Because whether we leave or not, he's dead. From what he is saying is he's a dead man regardless.
Yeah, I get it.
Is that about right?
Not too far off.
I don't want to die, but I do love a fight.
These are very magically powerful creatures. People. I've encountered them before.
Right. So, I think along the same strain is if he thinks he's as good as dead, then also, regardless of whether we leave or not, we're as good as dead. They're going to come after us regardless.
No, I get that.
So, why stray from the path that we're already on if they're going to try to get us on another one?
Well, I don't know if fighting has to be our only option.
That's fine.
Because the option is, because again, what we need to do is we need to close the Gaw, which is by lighting the beacons and casting our spell, and that's what we need to do.
We have a spell?
Well, lighting the beacons to
We
call to arms, so to speak.
We have to go talk to
Threadbare?
Elowin.
Elwin.
Did I say that right?
Elenwe.
Linway.
Elenway.
Elowin. No, it's Linway. Close.
We could all of us, including you, leave town, and then I am very sneaky. I could sneak back in to talk to Elenway.
Oh, but we're going to a ball.
You think we can still go to the ball?
I mean, I feel like they're expecting us to be there, but at the same time, you do have a point. I'm going to look at Ren and be like, do you happen to have any spell or ward placed upon you as more of like a fail-safe? Those two guys that they talked about, Paul and what's his name, they're dead. They had a thing where if they talked about the thing, then... And I wasn't there for that part, so I don't know what happened. All I know is that they died in a sauna.
I no.
Okay, well,
Well, because he's already talking about the thing, so
I don't know. He's been skirting around the thing somewhat, so...
yeah. Well, he
Didn't know
talked
for sure.
about Bulbasaur or
mean,
whatever.
it's-
What's his name? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. I'm still seeing red. I'm having a hard time
if
with
they
this.
If they were marked, it was
Who built this?
But Bilkin.
because they weren't being paid.
But Bilkin.
Oh, so they just mark you if they're never going to think of paying you?
If you're not under a contract, there's different contracts, but I deal with money.
Oh.
So if they make promises of other kinds, they can make a deal as such and be marked as a fail-safe for false promise. I've seen it used a few times, but not great.
I would still like to see if I can make an Arcana or history check to see if I know who Bulbitus is.
Could I make a religion check on that?
Sure.
I feel
Bill can-
dumb today. I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 3.
Technically, it's still a save.
Just
but
as you kind of like roll the name around in your head, it's just there is no familiarity to this whatsoever. It is something that feels both foreign and like borderline imaginary. Like just the thought of it, you're like, that's so strange.
That's a made up name.
That can't be real.
Well,
I'm having a brain fart.
Let's
today.
go to the ball. And Rin, I swear on the grave of my family, if this is a trap or you double cross us, betray us, first whim, I will personally end you, and this will be the end. You and I have history.
You do.
I will take you at your word, but the first hint that this is not on the level, that'll be the end. And I put my broadsword away.
and I trust you. But if you do, I'll help.
That seems fair. I would expect nothing less.
Clip clop and scales.
So, we finish our drink, go to the ball.
It's still early in the day, isn't it?
It's like mid-afternoonish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have like a couple hours maybe to get yourselves primed up and ready.
I thought we were talking to that lady and then going to the ball. I was like, we're just going to talk to her at the ball?
I don't know.
Well, we can go see Linda. I don't know any
Linway?
of the names.
Linway?
Linway.
I think trying to speak with her at the ball is going to be a little bit more inconspicuous than trying to seek her out outright right now after this conversation with Rin.
Valid.
Especially because if like they're on to him, then they're
Yeah,
probably watching him.
Everybody's gonna be at the ball.
Huh?
Everybody's gonna be there.
Yeah. So like if we have this conversation with him and then go seek her out, I feel like it's gonna be giving up the goat.
To the spa!
Makes me nervous that everybody's gonna be there.
It's the nobles and council members, the king, the queen, the foot.
They can't kill
There.
everybody.
I know, but they could see who we're talking to.
I'm sure they probably.
What if we
see who
made
we're
you
talking
look
to
like
right
somebody
now.
else?
Oh, that's an idea.
Can I do that?
Disguises are always good if you can.
Good luck disguising me.
We'll just dye you a different color and
I
put
have
different
a-
colored horns on you.
Just give me highlights.
I have
entirely different person.
a disguise kit.
Kit,
Oh
can you
yeah.
give me a mustache?
I mean, that would be a baller mustache.
Yeah.
How would you? How would it?
Dragon-
How would a
Dragonborn
dragon
with a
have
mustache?
I mean,
Hello, my name is Pierre.
Here, just give me a pair of scissors, and I'm like,
I'm not. I'm Rex.
I am not Amrex. I am Luigi.
I'm-
It's a me, Mario.
I am not Amrix. I am Hamrix.
That's Barrack.
Amrex.
I'm not Amrex, I'm Athrax.
All right. So with mere hours before the start of the ball, Rin says, "I will meet you outside of the gate in 2 hours' time. We can discuss whatever needs to happen. I will maintain my cover, and if you need anything from me, just reach out.
How do we reach out?
Does anybody know how to send a message?
Yes.
Okay. Emmerich has my number.
Unfortunately, yes.
Until
All right.
then,
Good speed.
exits the inn. So what are you all planning and preparing to do?
Dude,
So,
what is the deal?
so, I will tell you the deal. So, I have known Rin for many a long time. Most of my it's about 6 years we've worked together before I joined up with Long Haul. He is very good at his job. He will do anything as long as the price is right. That's why I don't particularly trust him in his nobleness and noble of causes. It's because he has taken and done horrible things, assassinating political families, killing kids, younglings, just for money. And that's why we've parted ways, because he has done things that are unspeakable. And that's why I do not trust him now. I believe this whole thing is a trap.
Now, is Ren a paladin, or is Ren just a fighter?
Yeah, he is. I believe he is a paladin. He says he's from Asgard. He's traveled pretty much everywhere in every kingdom, but the elemental lands. He's not a bully, but he will employ terrible means to meet his ends. He's a bit of. I'm surprised I'm going to use the word tolerated Ichafan and Picus and Zaith, because he generally does not enjoy. I'll use the word racist towards smooth-skinned humanoid folks. He tends to like animals, so that's why he was vibing with you, Barrick.
Please don't ever word that like that again.
So,
Barrick takes a very deep drink.
but yeah, he's good at his job. He is horrible. He has done horrible things. And that's pretty much why I do not see eye to eye with him. And I have a hard time trusting him, given that the only reason that he's here is because he's making. He wouldn't be up here if he wasn't making a bunch of money. So.
I don't like the idea of working with a guy like that.
And that's why it's so hard for me to trust him. But again,
It seems more like one of those my enemy of my enemy in this situation.
Yeah.
And those folks that are often chasing money in this world are doing so out of greed and self-preservation. And what he described to us seems like an act of greed and self-preservation.
Yeah.
It's not inconsistent, right?
Yeah, and that's to the point where he said that the Gold Spark's main intention is to release Bulbous.
So he thinks his only way. Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaurus. Sorry.
So he thinks his only way out, then, basically, is with us.
Is with us.
The only.
Which again is
the only way out alive
is with us.
For us to do this thing.
Yes. Which, to Ichafan's point, is very self-serving, and that's
He's saying it's altruistic, but
But
really, it's his only way out.
It's his only way out.
Is strength in numbers.
What I'll add on to that is we might be able to take these people on our own, no matter how dangerous they are or seem to be.
Yes,
but
it would be helpful.
I think it improves our odds, even if he is unsavory, to have him on our side.
Yeah, to have an extra set of hands, and like I said, he is very capable.
And not to be the devil's advocate here, but what we're doing ultimately is for self-preservation. Now, granted, it's self-preservation of everybody, but we're also everybody. So, he might be a terrible person and he might have murdered a bunch of people, which isn't great. But in the grand scheme of things, he doesn't want this world to end any more than we do.
Well, yeah, because then he can continue to...
Well, he was working towards it until it became imminent for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what I'll say there is there are a lot of differences in this world between good and evil, right? And one of those many differences is that those that align themselves with good, those that want to have good in this world, are doing it for the preservation of others, the preservation of their community. It is acting as a hero and as a queen to the hive that is built around you. And sometimes that means you have to do things that you wouldn't normally.
Oh, yeah.
And right now is one of those extraordinary situations.
Yeah. And again, like I said, I am okay, but the first whiff that I get that he's gonna turn tail, just know that
you're gonna chop his head off.
I'm gonna chop his head off. So.
And as I said, I'll hold him down.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. So, but that's kind of the backstory. I mean, that's our history, and that's why I've been
apprehensive,
standoffish. Yes, arm's lengthy, and
a bit of a dick.
Yeah, no, because he is a horrible person. Like I said, yeah, he is, and he gets this idea that we're friends, and yeah. Not to mention, he ran off with one of my love interests to boot.
I mean, you might be the closest thing to a friend he has.
Yeah, those people don't have friends, and they only look at, people that they respect as equals that way. So he has some level of respect for you.
Yeah, that is
not
true.
worth much for you, I take it, but
yeah,
I understand how he feels.
It's just a big cat.
Huh?
It's just a big cat.
It's just a big cat.
He likes you.
Cats are assholes.
Giant dick. So yeah. So that is the epic of Ameryk's in Renoir Dur.
Thank you for sharing. I would like to transition the discussion to we have a ball coming up. And also, it sounds like a brawl coming up. What are we doing?
Are they gonna allow us to bring weapons into a ball? Because I don't think so. Do we know that answer?
Maybe. Don't wait a minute, though. We're not allowed to bring weapons. I don't think. I wouldn't expect you to be able to bring a weapon, but we do have a bag of holding amongst the group now.
Sure do.
Mm-hmm.
And those are very good at holding things.
My little fanny pack.
Holding things.
What they needed,
So maybe we go unarmed, but
I'll just put a few
we
things
do
in
have
my
a
little
traveling
fanny pack.
armory.
Traveling armory.
Because isn't it a bag of holding is you grab what you're thinking of.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm going to be like, Amber, and then be like, this
is a sock.
2 jars of lutefisk.
I don't believe we picked up any of this.
This is from when you were still in Helchel.
Yeah.
Grabbed a couple extra.
Yeah, none of you guys
road.
ate it.
It's good on bread with some potatoes and butter.
I'll let them keep that.
Yeah, they can have all the lutefisk.
They can keep it.
So I guess we, head back to our room or the spa and get
You
gussied
ready
up.
to go?
2 hours pass.
Yeah. 2 hours later.
Sleep days later.
You get all
Later that day.
gussied up and comb your hairs and
I'm going to be the prettiest princess at the party.
exactly.
I'm going to be the prettiest princess at the party.
You head back up to the Ice City. As you can see, leading up, there's a long cavalcade of just various denizens waiting to enter. You can see there's been decorations outside the Grand Gate for the Frostfire Gala. Still a little chilly outside, even though it is markedly the start of summer. Doors open and people begin to move inside and head in up into a central ballroom.
I'm going to roll a perception to see if I can find Rin. 14.
It takes a little while for everybody to get in and accompanied, and you see all the servants are starting to bring trays of hors d'oeuvres and beverages, and people start to fill into the room a little bit more. And you do see Rin standing just left of the staircase, whereas the rest of the room opens up to the right-hand side. And you see large couches and like a lounge configuration off to one side, far across from the gate. Immediately as you enter, you hear the soft tickle of ivory keys as a piano and small string accompaniment start to play some music. You even see some of the other council members dressed in you see the robe and vestments that kind of mark them as their own group. And you do find Rin standing off to the side. He's not necessarily engaged in another conversation with anybody, but just kind of like, yes, no, it's lovely. Yeah, this is wonderful decorations and the banners. Hi. All look very, very nice.
I take it that we've all loaded weapons into the bag of holding, then. I put mine in there, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
my
my
fanny pack
spell
on.
book doesn't leave my side.
Well, you're a wizard, so that's okay.
Yeah.
It's
They're used to it around here. It's like, yeah, you got a book.
Which on that, do we see anybody else armed?
I've
In
got
this room?
daggers under my
Are
on
you
my
gonna
legs.
tucked into like, all the garter belts?
Oh,
Yep.
I should have. I know what I was gonna do, and I forgot to do it. It's okay. Never mind.
I have my, I keep my short sword on me, tucked and hidden, but I'll put my battle axe in the bag of holding.
I was gonna see if in the time jump, if I could have gone and gotten some decorative rings that were really brass knuckles.
Sure.
I'll allow it.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
It's just like a fist pack.
It's like punchy fun time.
Gotta roll the quarters.
it's,
I got a sock full of quarters for you.
seems weird to celebrate summer when it's so cold, but I mean, you should see somewhere where I'm from. It's wonderful. And warm breeze blows across the fields, and you can smell the flowers on the wind.
Where are you from?
All over, really. Asgard, for the more main portion of my life. Born on the Isle of Lagorador, but desperately wanted to see the mainland. Too much water for me on an island, and once I was able to cross and explore more, I fell in love with traveling the lands, and then found out that I needed to have means, so couldn't just scavenge everything.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I'm a fair bit away from home myself, so...
How did you make your money?
Well, at first I would perform, but did not make much with it. I did learn to fight pretty well, and learned how
Perform
to
like
use
dance, sing.
acrobatic performances.
Oh, a circus,
There's nothing that official.
a solo show,
Kind
a
of.
one-man show,
Sometimes.
a one-lion show.
Yes. The main attraction.
Did you have a lion tamer? No.
The
solo
main
show.
attraction.
Yes, I mean, the
That's a
main
good one.
attraction.
Oh.
Yes, there.
Because you know cats always land on
I'm gonna... Bear...
Sorry. I learned how to fight. Got pretty good with a sword and a shield, and
Mm-hmm.
made my way through Asgard and Maingard as a blade for hire. I liked the name of the area, but I found some of the people there to be stuffy.
So you axed them.
No, I just left.
Okay, just checking.
He didn't like the elves.
Just checking.
It's just strange. I'm sure it's not their fault.
Got an issue
But-
with elves?
I have not found that in my dealings with them to be the most trustworthy or helpful folk.
I'm sure the two that you have encountered have been a good example of all elves.
Far more than that, but
Sure. Sure.
um,
God damn.
mostly did some body work, bodyguarding work,
Mhm.
and made my way into Vanaheim
Mm-hmm.
and in the city of Erdair, and that's when I met Amrix, and we worked together on several jobs for what was it, about 6 years, and after he left, a monk from the
I
Dinman
mean, for good reason, I'm sure.
I don't hold it against him.
Well, you know, when you, kill a whole political family and all the younglings, that's where I draw the line.
Oh, wowie.
Well, it wasn't a
Alright, I've had
political
about enough of that.
family.
Little
They were
ones.
Barrett's walking off to go get a drink.
Look, the job went very sideways. I was. It
that
was
what you call
supposed
it?
to be just the one bardic sorcerer at Lagerbullen, and we ended up having to fight our way out. And in the process, a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah. You know, those kids put up a big fight.
There,
But that's neither here nor there.
was a different job.
Drinks?
I come
Yes,
back.
please.
I come back with two,
Yeah.
and hand one to Ren, and I just go, "You're going to need this."
You're right.
Dick.
Sidling up to the other team here, I see.
No, I don't see any need for this cattiness.
I mean, dead children seems like a good.
Catty, nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So you say you traveled through Midgard at all?
A bit. Yes.
You ever been to Faug?
Not that I can recall. And it's Nidlavir, if I'm correct.
Oh, you're right.
Just-
That's right. Sorry,
It's close. It's
Yeah.
near there, but
I couldn't remember if it was one of the two.
I did pass through. We didn't stay long. It was a brief time. Lovely village.
I also had to do some performancing to make my way across. I kind of grew up in the family. You know, my father was a bit of a strong man, and I kind of carried the torch.
A show bull?
Huh?
Nothing. Love you, Bear.
I wish if I was holding like a metal goblin, if I could be like, I had to just use my skills.
Then crunch it up.
Impressive. So, the other parts I told you earlier, and came across all of you on the long road. Didn't want to
Blow your cover.
divulge any unnecessary information to the ones I was with, just in case the wrong people got wind of information.
Were they with the gold spark?
Sort of, loosely.
Loosely. Can you loosely be with the gold spark?
Well, because
I mean, you
wasn't those the ones you hired?
Independent contractors.
Yeah.
They worked for them. Like they. Okay, I got it. Weren't necessarily members.
They were
hired by.
capable individuals of a very particular skill set.
Much like yourself?
Not dissimilar.
Okay.
Not dissimilar. But
Muscle.
not members of the cult in any way.
Where were they headed?
Well, they were with me, and then I had mentioned I felt being watched, so I slipped my tails, and we made our way. There's a small island all the way on the east.
Were those two there to watch you?
No,
Okay.
So,
no, they
go ahead.
traveling protection.
Okay.
If you were up on the road, would you travel across it by yourself? I think not.
No, I didn't.
So if
It was a fun time.
it was a fun time.
A lot of monsters.
Yeah. So if you are here and the Gold Spark is watching, and you said the eyes are everywhere, they have, sleeper agents. Do they have people all along, like in Theod and Tharn as well?
Not stationed, but they have hired agents to collect information, travel around. So no permanent fixtures. Most of them are on the move, tracking other people of import.
Who else? Do you know who else they're tracking specifically?
No.
Barrick's gonna meander because we're all standing in a group and we're being watched, and this is very conspicuous.
Absolutely.
You're gonna mingle, are you?
Mm-hmm. And the music kind of swells and changes, and you see some people doing light dancing.
They're doing the wobble.
It's kind of that little.
Do I
I'm gonna
see
bob
our
Look around the
wizarding
party and be like,
friend
this party sucks. It's time to get going.
from the
Bob?
Bob? Do I see Bob?
Make a perception check.
B.O.B. Bob.
These people dancing is lame, and we need to pick up the party a bit. So
15?
I'm gonna go find somebody
To
Okay.
dance with?
to dance with.
Fantastic. You don't see him.
Perception for
Also,
sleight
I'd
of
say
hand.
in addition to that, like knowing what you know about
Start
Bob
doing the right
and just his general demeanor, it doesn't seem like his kind of thing.
Yeah.
The world's largest running man.
Because I don't know what Elenway looks like, right?
I guess that would be the other
You
question:
don't-
do we see her?
We don't know what she looks
You
like.
do see a number of the people there that are wearing like the same type of like formal vestments. Has council vibes.
Do I see Ipis, the lead wizard guy, or he's the guy who told us to go talk to Linway in the first place? Besides,
Bob?
no, Ipis was like the head of the wizard council.
Yeah.
And he was explaining that if you want to talk to someone who's more like in charge.
Oh, I was thinking Bob told us. Never mind.
Ipis was in the room with Bob. He was just one of the other wizards.
Oh, he's not the lead guy? I wrote that down wrong.
I'm gonna.
Well, there's stations for the wizards, but they just do their wizard thing
Okay.
up in the tower.
Basically, I'm looking for any wizard that would be able to direct us and introduce like Picus and me to the councilwoman.
How casual you begin with your search for people you know? Are you like standing there and just kind of like doing a little scan, or are you making a route, walking
I
around?
guess kind of. I mean, not like, rubbernecking and stuff.
I mean,
I'm Ace Ventura walking
I
through.
feel like Vicus and Ikafan would be rubbernecking the entire time.
That's true.
Yeah, that's-
yeah,
but
I was
that's-
like,
that's-
unfortunately, you kind of have.
I can pretty much
absolutely.
only see people's knees.
I know those guys.
I know those
I recognize
knees.
those scuff marks.
at best.
I'm gonna wander over towards where the council people are
Mhm.
and listen to see if I overhear any of them call any of them Elenway. I'm also gonna stand up on a chair and sort of, play with my drink and, adjust my clothes. I'm not
If
really.
you want to ride on my shoulders and we can go find somebody to dance with.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, was that to me? I
Yes.
didn't hear it. But my sound's a little.
I said, do you want
Yeah.
to ride on my shoulders and we can go find somebody to dance with?
I'll wingman you.
As you gather Ikafan up on your shoulders and head out onto the dance floor, do you just start dancing? Or are you
I am
gonna-
looking for. I want to look for a younger, like closer to my age, female giant who looks like they are bored as hell.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I am using my vantage point to survey the area and look for any possible dangers.
Okay.
Team Watchtower.
I will need both
Team
of you
Watchtower.
to make perception checks.
14.
Fantastic.
15.
Amazing. Barrick, you see a small group of female giants standing near another giant who has kind of this like floppish red burgundy kind of hair. One of them looks so zoned out on the interaction. Ikafan, you see that you're still trying to gain a bead on kind of the flow around the room. So just like over the course of, I don't know, a minute, you notice that one of the servers, like they have kind of like a rotation where they'll like go to the drink station or a snack station and then come back out with like a full tray. There's one that you hadn't seen in a bit. Picus, as you're standing near the group of some of these council members, one of them addresses this central woman as Elenwe.
She the blonde or the one in purple?
She's the one in the purple.
You know, I just gotta say, why are all these giants so hot?
Rin must be having a hell of a time with all these smooth-skinned individuals.
It's because it's so cold up there.
That's
Gotta
why
be
they're
You
hot.
can
so
just stop
hot.
right there. You can just
Wow.
stop right there.
Oh no.
I love it.
That's in poor taste even for me.
I love it. So obviously we're not all going to go talk to her. So who's going to be sneaking up there? Talk to her.
I mean, there's one person in this group that is far more sneaky than everybody else.
There's-
That's a hot man.
Yeah, come on.
Not it.
You're welcome.
Your cloud giant is very attractive.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
And no right.
So, Picus, as you're there, the one who's speaking to Elenwe says that they're talking about how there's a problem with the ice capades and how it's been such a huge distraction to like the greater noble families in the city, and that pranksters need to be made an example of because it's getting to a point where it's untenable. Something must be done.
Okay.
The ice capades? Like...
Mhm.
Like the ice ski?
You heard me.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure. I'm just... Because I didn't know if that was even
Do I see Glenn, the original guy who he was like a high
Oh, Gling?
Gling? Sorry,
Mhm.
Gling, not Glenn.
Yeah.
I would like to go talk to him if possible.
You see a barrack with Ichafan on shoulder heading directly for him because he is the one boring the hell out of that other giant.
Oh, well then I back off.
Well,
Uh,
he's gonna go
I will-
dance with the bored lady. So if you want to talk to Gling, he's there.
Okay, that or
you see him.
okay, that or I would see if Neville's there. The artificer person I was talking to about the silencing collars.
I'm gonna write a note in illusory script.
Oh man.
Okay.
To everybody else, it will say, my dearest noble, I just wanted to extend a sincere thank you for allowing us to attend such a beautiful ball.
Okay.
To Elenwe, it's going to say, Elenwe, I'm not sure who to trust, but I have been told that I can trust you. I've been sent by Longhaul to help with the Gaw, and I would like to speak further without alerting prying eyes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna,
Good old illusory script.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to pass a sincere thank you to all of you, and then I'm gonna hand the note to Elenwe.
No bother at all. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Frostfire Gala. Your name?
Picus.
Picus. Welcome to the city of Lamb. I trust that your stay here has been welcome.
Thank you. I've never been to a ball before.
Really? Find that hard to believe. You fit right in. She glances down, reads the note, and just gives you a little nod. So I'm sure we'll have ample opportunities to speak throughout the night.
Thank you.
Do I recognize the clerk as any of these other people in the room? The one that
Just
Rin was talking to, the...
for his name?
Just in
Dragotha.
case, just in case he's lurking.
Make a perception check. Mm-hmm.
18. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
Perception.
Hmm.
That's 20.
Nice.
18 plus 2.
Like you're focused in. Like you are locked into this entire scan, and for a good 5 minutes, you make a route around the room. Do not see him.
Okay.
At least at this point in time.
At this point in time, yeah.
It's still early.
In my loops, do I see anything that's kittywampus?
Say with the 20, you see there's one giant in particular who is like slamming drinks. You're like, that guy is here to party.
Like, we like
Okay.
to party.
Ichafan, I heard you said you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna lean over and whisper in my good Minotaur's ears and just say, one of the servers hasn't been back in a while.
Missing server.
I'm going to be like, do you want to hop down and fight and try to find them, or do you want to just keep an eye?
Keep an eye. You as well.
I will do my best, but I'm going more for a distraction. And then I'm assuming by that time I've reached this group of this incredibly bored-looking. And
It's just the rest of them are just like rapt attention, giggling, laughing. Ha 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 ha. It's just so funny.
I'm going to approach and be like, "Hello. This party is lame. Would you like to dance?"
I could use to move.
All right, let's do this. By the way, my name's Barrick, and I just pull her onto the dance floor.
And I slide off of Barrick's back and join this group of people.
Fantastic. Nenethil.
Ninita?
Nenethil.
Okay.
Like if the palest like goth girl, but the dress is also as pale.
Wow.
Damn.
You're welcome. Continue on. With all the hot giants in the ball. It's a fancy place.
She's the prettiest princess at the party.
We're gonna try to take her shoes or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
No.
maybe.
What am I going to do with shoes? Mine are nailed to my feet.
Right. Brought your own.
What would I roll?
So are you just
Oh, we're doing this thing.
whisking
It's
right onto the dance floor?
onto the dance floor.
Wobble baby.
Is there
wobble,
like
baby,
a
wobble,
live
baby.
band? Is there like a piano?
Is a piano with like a string, not a quartet, but like an ensemble.
Okay. I'm trying to.
They're playing the Cupid Shuffle.
I'm gonna look over and be like, hey, can we do let's do a Duke City Stomp, keep it in the key of C, and let's pick up the pace a little bit. And I'm gonna roll to dance, and that's gonna be athletics or performance.
Well, are you trying to be?
I'm trying to
physically
create
good?
a distraction.
Then let's
I'm
go
trying
performance.
to keep attention. All right, that's gonna be a 16.
Beautiful. So as you start dancing, the entirety of this palace is made out of like stone and ice. So as your hoofs start to
Thump.
dance and thump into the rhythm, it becomes this like mild, echoing, percussive beat, and the band's just like, okay, yeah, all right.
The drum
yeah,
set comes out of
they
nowhere, just like,
switch things over, and it just becomes a whole thing. It does create a fair amount of distraction as you start to gather like a bit of a circle around the two of you. Yeah, there you go.
Be one of those like spin her out, bring her back in. So Ninethel, that's a beautiful night. Where are you from? Like,
glam.
Oh, well, I
I'm here.
feel like that.
Grew up my whole life, and
Yeah.
Dad does business. I don't.
So I
I
couldn't help but notice that guy looked like he was boring you to absolute death.
Oh, Gling? Yeah, he's just boring, but he can be entertaining. I like watching him squirm.
So Zaith, now that the attention's off Glenn, are you gonna go over and talk to him?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I was gonna go say hi because he's the only other person I know here.
I'm just still standing, like making my rounds, surveying the land.
So you just walk up to Gling. Oh, hey. Hi. What's going on?
Fancy meeting you here.
I mean, fancy, yes, but that's what balls are for, is to be fancy.
True.
I like being fancy, and you're looking very fancy.
Wow.
And I'm into this. This is great.
Rin's with him?
Rin,
Or where did Rin end up?
see Rin just kind of like casually making small rounds of conversation. Just trying to blend as much as he can.
All right.
So tell me, what's going on? Is there anything important that I need, or?
No, I just figured you've been to a lot of these galas before, and you would know where all the cool stuff is, and you know, I've never been to a palace before, or this palace. So.
Well, I mean, this is nothing like, like the Grand Palace. The Grand Palace is just the coolest.
Where's that at?
Well, that's on the other side. So, I mean, it's very, very rare occasions that they actually hold anything there, but it does hold a lot more people. So you'd think, like, the bigger the event, the bigger the ball, the bigger the ballroom.
Valid. Is there any other rooms here besides the ballroom that we can go into?
I mean, yeah, we could wander around a bit. We can,
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out.
he just like gestures. You see, there's like a couple of doors that lead into other ones. It's like, well, that's the audience room through there, which is where the king and queen would normally be taking people, but I think they're getting ready, so they're gonna come out probably soon.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't want to miss that.
So I don't want to. You don't want to go in there too soon. You're like, once they come out, then people can meander around. But look, we can go upstairs to the records office, I guess. We could. You want to get out of here? Or?
Oh no, it was just more. I get really flustered because I'm just like I'm trying to figure out something to say to somebody. I'm like, you go to balls? What do you do?
Yeah,
Everybody
no,
else
I
at the
mean,
table's
usually
like-
it's just. It's a lot of formality, but it's all
You're
just
like
show.
balls.
So you drink,
Come
you
here
have
often?
you have some food, you talk to people. Like mostly what you want to do is, if you have something that you want to accomplish, you have to just talk to the right person.
There is a library.
The things that you want to do. Are you looking to file something? You're looking to get a project approved?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right. No. Look, first ball, I get it. I remember mine. I was, 7, 8. But look, you get used to it.
And the most awkward interaction of the ball goes to
Yay!
Zaith and Glenn.
Nice. Just painfully awkward because like, character and I are painfully awkward.
It's okay. Tell you what. You drink this and just hang out right here.
Okay, I will do that.
Barrick is gonna go for a dip, and kind of like as the dip goes, kind of like look around.
Please be a 1. I can't wait for you to drop her.
Acrobatics.
Okay, that's 10.
Okay.
It was
Not the
a clumsy
cleanest dip, but
She's probably taller than me. me, so
She's a fair amount taller.
Yeah.
Than me, so it's
I'm only 7 feet tall, and we are in a room full of giants.
Yeah. You go for the dip, and she
Whoa.
kind of reads that and goes, and almost does like a kneel, and then and then pops
She
back up
helps you
again.
out.
Whoa.
Hey there, big fella.
Sorry, I'm a little bit shorter than everybody here. I'm not used to this. But yeah, I'm gonna like see if I can see just where everybody is. So, would that be a perception disadvantage or regular?
I call it regular because you're kind of using the natural movement of the dancing to get a scan.
All right, 13.
Okay. You get a good sense of like where everybody is. It is just kind of a large room. There's the staircase which blocks your view from a small portion of it near the entryway. But most of it is just a large open forum. So easy to see.
Okay.
So this is this is the palace, right?
This is one of the like meeting place party areas for like not the overly fancy kind of things, but for like the nobles to get together and be like,
All right. So I guess is there like sentries at the gate? Are there guards?
There are some guards, but not like a huge show of them.
Okay.
It's like one by two by the entry gate. There's one by the palace gate that leads into the audience room, and then a couple more over by the east gate.
Okay. Is the dining room open? The library open? Or are all those closed off?
It doesn't seem like there's anything like happening in them at the moment, but they're not like barred off or inaccessible.
But the door's open, or okay, so you can see in and okay.
So almost like a very fancy company party, because like the Ice City is kind of a government building of sorts. It just happens to have like a council and a king and queen and
Okay.
In my survey, did I see where Icaphan went? Is he still standing next to where he slid off, or?
Icaphan? Are you still hanging out where you were when you dismounted before Barrack started dancing?
Yeah, I've lost my height, but I'm hoping that I can, watch between people's legs and see if I can get tabs on the comings and goings. If I see another server, I'm probably going to peel off and try to start like tailing them a little bit, and then just see if I can get eyes on the one that I lost.
Okay. So, you absolutely do see. You kind of notice the same type of pants that the servers are wearing, moving around. So you're able to see them through the crowd.
I find one whose tray is almost empty and try to like eat the last bit of it, so they need to return to the kitchen.
Perfect.
They're just so good. I can't get enough.
Like the canapes are like real nice.
Are we like?
It's like a honey glazed like croissant doughs and
Are those baby quiche?
yeah, baby quiche.
Got to be pigs in the blanket.
Stuffed mushrooms?
Yep, bacon wrapped dates.
Just the usual
These
canapé.
little like
Bacon wrap dates to die for.
yeah, you can never go wrong. Some kind of like nut spread on like toasted brioche.
Is that a bruschetta? Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
A mini shrimp
So the
cocktail.
portion size would be like a normal meal for him, though.
Yeah,
He's so full by the end of this.
it's like a half sandwich for him. But yeah, you finish the last crumbs off of a tray from one of the servers and kind of follow them back towards the refill station, which is partially where like the dining room has been kind of set up as a assembly spot.
Mm-hmm.
While you're in there, what do you want to do?
I'm looking for the server that I lost. Which one did I lose the tail on? Are they back here?
Make another perception check,
Your thing there, boss.
or investigation, whichever you want to, whichever you're feeling.
That's gonna be a 6.
Yikes.
Whoops. Do the bees know anything?
The bees won't help me here, but
Nice.
I can probably deploy them out.
Did you bring the bees to the ball?
Of course I brought the bees to the ball. What type of ball can you have without bee? Then it'd just be an all.
I was gonna make that joke! Damn it! I mean, you gotta just mingle with them. I'm sure they would just be all the buzz.
Nice recovery.
Thank
Yeah. So I got a clean little 6 on my perception check.
Yep. There's an organization to the chaos that is happening in this room between the unloading and loading of trays and food and drinks and everything. But for the life of you, you can't seem to find this one server that it eludes you still.
I'm just going to operate on the assumption that he is going to kill us, and that he has left the party. And so I'm going to try to get the bees stationed up at all of the entrances and exits to alert me if a server re-enters.
Okay.
But with that, I'm going to try to make my way back to the central location closest to the rest of the party.
Okay. As Icaphan sets up his watchtail for the circulating of comings and goings of the servers, Barrick is creating a massive draw with his dancing. At one point, you see the giant that was pounding drinks earlier, talking next to Rin and one of the other council members about something, as he turns and just retches. You see the vomit pour down and just cover Rin. Yes. Like Nickelodeon slime time.
That's rough, buddy. He's got all that fur. That's gonna be a bitch to clean out. I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which competes for people's attention against your dancing. And even the music kind of has a brief like
Skirt.
Rin's just standing there like, oh god.
Do I see that happen too, or am I too busy dancing?
I'd say you're too busy dancing to see it happen, but you are immediately aware of the aftermath.
And I can put 2 and 2 together. Barrick's just gonna yell, "Party foul!" and then try to get the band kicking back up.
As you say that, the giant drops to a knee and like falls down, like half curled on the floor, in his vomit at the feet of Rin. You see like 2 of the guards rush into the room to go and start tending to him. You see a couple of the servers grab an amount of towels to try and help wipe Rin off. At which point the guards try to set the giant up onto his back, side, and try to start moving him off the floor, dragging him towards one of the gates.
Do we know if there's a way for us to tell whether it's just that he drank too much, or if there's like he's been poisoned or something? I have no idea.
There are ways. What do you want to do?
I can detect poison and disease.
I think I can
Ah.
too.
I took the spell for a reason. Let's go.
I believe I can do that as well. Hold on.
Go check the puke. Make sure it's just puke.
If he's to the point where he's not actively dead yet, I could stabilize him.
Make a perception check.
Nat one.
Fantastic. Damn, that big guy, he went down hard.
She's real pretty.
And also, this is the very pretty girl. Yeah, she's very tall.
I rush over and immediately cast detect poison and disease.
Okay. You do, in fact, get a hit for poison.
Ooh.
So this also allows me to know the presence and location of poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of me. You can identify the type of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. It can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of dirt and wood.
Okay.
Are any of the drinks nearby poisoned?
Yes.
Or any of the food?
Not the food, just the drinks. It is. You see the tray that had been knocked over. You can see there's 3 of the 8 drinks that are on it have poison in them.
Are you announcing that he's poisoned, or are you just noticing that he's poisoned?
He's just noticing.
I'm noticing.
Okay.
I am going to lock eyes with any of the party members that can see me and just give them a look to let them know that something is wrong. And then I immediately want to find a single person in charge to let them know, because the last thing I want to do is cause a panic.
Yep.
I'm gonna notice him looking at me, and I feel like at that point Barrett could put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start moving after the guards that have the guy who's poisoned.
Okay.
And excuse me, I'll be right back, and I'll make my way through the crowd. And once I get to them, I'm going to cast protection from poison.
Okay.
If he is poisoned, it neutralizes the poison.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Is Rin okay with the poison vomit?
I would have slammed my drink and walked over to start cleaning him up with prestidigitation or whatever.
You're going to slam
It's
your
gonna take a
drink,
few minutes,
not
but
knowing if
yeah.
that drink is poisoned?
I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
I just had a really awkward conversation. Now I can be useful. Go.
Yeah, I see this happen, so I'm headed over there too. And that's where I'm
I
asking.
mean, I can cast it
Oh.
more than once. So
Also, detect poison and disease lasts for 10 minutes. So I am just full kind of sprinting around this ball trying to figure out any other clues.
Looking for any kind of traces and trails.
yeah. So knowing that this dude is poisoned and he just puked literally all over Ren, I'm gonna pop another 2nd level spell slot and touch Ren too, just in case some got in his mouth. And that lasts for
It seems like it.
it lasts
did.
for an hour, and he has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and has resistance to poison damage.
And I'm just like, what are you doing? He's just covered in puke.
You know, just helping. Oh, it's very, very gross. This is incredibly humiliating.
Well, no,
Can we-
it can't kill you at least now.
Is that a possibility?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay. You're welcome.
Maybe we can clean the rest of me somewhere else in a different room and away from the rest of the people.
Take him to the... What's the closest room? The dining room?
Yeah, dining room
Or the library?
Yeah,
Those are only 2 rooms I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
pretty
yeah.
much it.
The library would probably be the closest.
All right. We usher him into the library. I'm like, what? What? I'm looking at you two.
Barrick is just going to make eye contact with you.
So we're just currently cleaning up a cat.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Cat
No.
you.
You see, you
I'm not.
because you see them kind of shuffle Rin off into the library, covered in puke.
I'm gonna go with the guy that was poisoned. Is he
Okay.
Is he unconscious?
He's unconscious,
Okay.
breathing.
Okay, so he's stable.
He's yeah.
All
But
right,
he seems like he's pretty out of it.
all right. I'm just gonna do cure wounds on him, and that's gonna do. He regains 10 hit points.
Okay. As he's laying there, kind of comes to a little bit. Oh. Thank you,
What's your name?
Ingmar.
I'm going to. Are the 2 guards still with us?
Mm.
I'm going to be like, I need one of you at that exit and one of you at that exit, please. Trust me.
They look at each other. Roll a persuasion check.
Cleaning up cat puke.
Persuasion. That's going to be a dirty 20.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, for sure. He just.
Do we need to alert the rest of the staff?
Not yet. I will let you know if we do.
Okay.
I mean, yes, but be discreet. But this man's been poisoned.
The exchange looks again and just... Okay. And they go off to either door.
Alright. Did I notice that he was drinking heavily earlier before he was poisoned?
Not specifically.
Okay.
Like, you wouldn't have noticed that.
You must have been putting him down pretty hard. Judging by the sheer volume that you covered my friend in.
I've been a little nervous. It's,
Why?
well, you know, I was trying to get out into the dating pool, and it's a great place to meet potential wife. And just not really my thing.
Insight.
Sure.
It's gonna be 9.
Seems legit.
I'm gonna be like, I mean, you just have to walk up to him. I did it earlier, but that's besides the point. Who did the same person give you a drink every time tonight, or did you just grab them?
I was just grabbing drinks.
Okay. When did you start feeling sick?
About 10 minutes ago.
How many drinks had you had since then?
Just one.
Could you point out who gave it to you?
I kind of grabbed the tray.
You didn't look at the person holding it.
Why would I?
Because that is... The inner service industry just came out. Ooh.
They're not people.
They're people. It's just like why? It's like why would I'm just walking around handing drinks out to people. You just grab the drink and then that makes it easier, right? You get the whole tray and then they can.
What do you do?
Walk. What do you mean?
Like, what do you do with your life? Oh, it's the hot guy.
It's the
too.
hot one. Aw.
The cloud giant.
First of all, you should have no trouble. You're right.
Like if everybody's just about the looks, then yeah, it's easy. But if you want to actually meet somebody and have a connection, you gotta be able to talk to them, and sometimes you need help talking. Not everybody always wants to listen.
Probably just
You
needs
get
those
distracted.
blue eyes.
Just take your shirt off, stop chopping wood, you'll be
Turn
fine.
everything.
Bear's just like, well, here. Now.
Try this again.
Um,
I'm.
Go ahead.
So you've got it. You've got him taken care
I've
of.
got him taken care of.
I'm
yes.
I'm gonna go back to the ballroom and keep looking to see if I see anything peculiar.
Just looking for anything out of place. You looking to
Out of place, any kind of shifty servers, anybody who's overly watching.
your perception or investigation?
We'll do perception because I get a +2 on that. Never mind. It's 8.
Yeah. People seem to be gathered around in various states of concern for what happened or kind of disgust. It's kind of the big topic at the moment.
Have I found any other sources of poison?
There was one other tray that had 2 drinks on it. One of them looked half drunk.
Is that the one that I slammed?
No.
Okay. Is anyone near that tray giving traces of poison off?
One of the string players.
So first things first, gonna take the poison drinks, gonna spill them, so no one else drinks them.
Okay.
Second thing is second. I am going to let that poison or let the string player know, and then I am going to try to send the bees to Barrick and get his attention and use the bees to direct him to the string player.
This drunk cloud giant's
Yep.
gonna be so confused.
Oh yeah. Cloud of bees comes in, starts.
Hi. Sorry. You can call me a medic. Call me whatever you will. You keep playing. You may have ingested a small amount of poison. Don't freak out. Again, keep playing. If I hear you go 1 beat off tempo, I'm gonna throw a chair. Just keep playing. We're gonna get you all patched up. Hopefully, it'll be okay. If you're feeling a little sick or under the weather, just choke it down there, Buckaroo. We'll get you all sorted.
Okay.
Not my tempo, and I walk away.
The bees. Do the bees get to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The bees get to you.
I don't speak bee.
They kind of just do a little like swirl and then like
They make an arrow.
yeah
They form a
Like a school
giant
of
finger
fish.
pointing you in a direction.
this way.
Yes.
Just like in a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah, that's 100% what I was thinking. All right, yeah, I'm gonna to the what? Ingmar.
Yes.
You stay right here. You're going to be okay. You're not poisoned
Okay.
anymore. Now you're just drunk.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to follow the bees.
Okay.
In my way through following the bees to Icathan, I'm going to look out for Ninethil
Mhm.
and see if I can spot her.
You see her talking to one of the other girls that she was standing near earlier.
All right. I'm going to As I walk by, just like gently get her attention and be like, yeah, our dance is not done yet, but I am needed. I will be right back. And I'll just like...
Okay.
and inconspicuously go up to that string player and just be like, you're doing an amazing job. Don't you worry. Everything's going to be okay. I love the song. I love that you kept the tempo. He will throw a chair. And I'm going to cast...
You didn't hear any of them.
I'm going to... The bees told me everything.
Okay, yeah. You
bees
speak bee
betrayed
now. I
you.
forgot. Yeah.
They betrayed you. And I'm going to cast, I believe this is my last second level spell slot. Yes. Protection from poison, which is going to neutralize the poison for this man. Do I know that Ninethil is a spellcaster, sorceress, whatever?
Yeah, it like
Came up in conversation.
casual. You know, do a little extra just to help with the balance and everything.
Okay. I'm going to find Ikafan.
Yeah.
And
I'm
The
still
bees-
scanning for poison.
The
Okay.
the bees know exactly where he is, and they're able to kind of like follow through his trail while he's going through.
I am going to, in the process, grab Ninethil as I look for Ikafan and be like, 1 second. There's a very handsome gentleman in here that is very drunk, and I need to see if you could get him a little bit more coherent for me. If you would kindly do that for me.
Get him less drunk.
Whatever you think means. He just seems like a very lonely gentleman, and you're absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to let the guard be like, she's good to go in.
Okay.
We're trying to play matchmaker.
Always.
Matchmaker, make me a match.
And then go find Ikafan.
Fantastic. Easy enough to do.
I don't know where any of this is coming from. I've spilled all the drinks that I found with it.
Were they all the same kind of
Two different
drink?
trays.
Was it all the same liquid?
That's an excellent question.
It's kind of hard to tell. You know, there's not a
It's not like martini glasses and highball
it's not.
cups, and it's
Yeah,
all-
we're not talking like a stocked bar. We're talking table wines, just being
Flutes of champagne, mulled wine, shit like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. It does seem that they are all of the more like an ale.
Okay. Were you able to detect what poison it was?
Yes, you get the
Sorry about that. Yep.
type of poison. It was a specific type of wyvern poison.
Okay. This is getting way outside of my intelligence zone.
We killed Wyvern, didn't we?
Did we?
Do
kill
I know
one?
anything about wyverns?
Were those? No, those were cockatrices. I thought. No, they
There
were
was a bunch
wyverns.
of things,
Oh, that was on the boat, right? Didn't we
That was
get
on the boat.
Yeah,
That was before
that was
us.
before
That
you
was
got
before
here.
me.
Yeah, so I got a Wyvern fang, but
Mhm.
that's
Alright.
about it.
No, you're fine. I, at this point, I've done what I can. I don't know what
Yeah.
else to do. I've found Ikafan, and
There you go.
that is the goal. Do you wanna get back up on my shoulder so we can have vantage again? Just tell me to knock shit over and I can do it.
Sure. And I'm just searching for more poison or where it's coming from, or trying to find someone and let them know that, hey, someone out here at the party had tried to poison a bunch of people.
Are the drinks coming from like the kitchen area, or how's?
There's a stage set up for everything in the dining room. So
dining room?
kitchen was making food, and they were plating to send things out in the dining room.
Yeah, so we should probably check the dining room and kitchen then.
I did tell those two guards that Ingmar had been poisoned.
I still don't know what's going on.
I'm cleaning up the cat puke. So
I'm just watching.
What are you doing, Picus?
I'm sitting on a table with my feet dangling, watching this whole scene.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Make a perception check.
15?
You notice that there was one person who was wearing the same pants as the servers, but a different shirt. It looks like they're being a bit shifty, trying to get towards one of the doors.
If they go to leave, I am going to very stealthily follow them.
They look like they're trying to slip out the door, but they're near one of the guards.
Also, that door is being guarded by bees.
All the doors.
Please let me know.
What'd you say?
All the doors.
I thought he said cover the exits.
Yeah, bees are covering the exits.
You
If
got
the
bees at the multiple exits. That's amazing. Bees
I
and a
have
guard.
so many bees, dude.
I just didn't know if you wanted to keep them located at one spot.
They're swarming all over the place.
Unfortunately, it is getting late, and I think we have to cut here to now.
15 more minutes.
There'll be a lot going on.
True.
But we will get back to that next time.
Rude.
So with that, for now, good night, and we will see everybody next time.
Woo! Woo! Oh.